Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Give My Headpiece podcast. I'm Damon Quinn, and I'm here with my comedy colleague.
I'm Michael McDowell.
Yes, where's Tim McGarry? He's really swinging the lead.
Yeah, 2 weeks
this
now.
This is the second one he hasn't turned up for.
Yeah.
What is it? What's going on?
And there's no excuses.
What? Is he in the pub or something?
Yeah, I know. Maybe it's
This time
Mac
in
and
the
Annie's. Maybe it's Mac and Annie's.
It could be Mac and Annie's pub, because we are actually sponsored on this occasion. Once again, very, very privileged and thankful to be sponsored by Mac and Annie's pub in West Belfast. Just used to be called the Gravediggers Arms, and it's just right across from the cemetery there, just at the corner of Andersonstown. And it's I have to say one of the pubs that I'm very, very fond of and very, very happy to be sponsored by, because it's a great place.
I'm delighted.
I just say we're joined here by Mr. Packy Lee, otherwise known as Johnny Dogs from Peaky Blinders. And you're a fan of Mac and Annie's as well.
I am. I'm a fan of the Guinness, actually. Mac and Annie's is quite a nice Guinness. It's also great on the summer day. I think the point about Mac and Annie's is that, you know, if you've came out of the graveyard at any stage and you are currently not driving your vehicle,
yes,
the first stop would normally be Mac and Annie's.
Yes. But it's grown over the years.
It has.
And it's now a major venue for it. It's got some good function rooms. And lots going on, live music, all that sort of thing. You know, it used to be we preferred the live music.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But now they hire in professionals and they do it.
They do.
Great place to spend an evening.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And the staff are great crack. So yes, a big shout out to them. They're
absolutely
a good bunch of guys.
Yep. So cheers to Mac and Annie's, and we appreciate it.
Cheers.
We'll see you in the bar soon.
I'll see you shortly for Guinness.
Yeah, we might go and see if we can find McGarry, if that's where he is. So, Packy, we finally did it. I know we were trying to get you on for a while, but you're a busy man.
I am.
Yeah.
I am a busy man. And I've been busy for the last 18 months, which is great.
Yeah. So you've just completed filming the new Peaky Blinders film.
Yes.
Can you do that? Peaky Blinders?
I can't do Birmingham. Cannot do Birmingham.
I wouldn't even. I wouldn't attempt it without full rehearsal.
Yes. Peaky Blinders. I mean, Peaky Blinders is playing a blinder, aren't they? I mean, it's just a phenomenon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the fan base alone is huge, but this is something different. This is a movie.
Yeah, this is a celebration.
Yeah.
This is the moment that. You know, the likes of, the writer, Stephen, who's fantastic, Steve Knight, and Killian himself, and myself, and a few of the other guys, we sort of wanted to have a moment where the public could go and watch Peaky Blinders together, you know, and if you feel like you want to dress up and put your peak cap on and your best suit, you don't have to go to a wedding, and you don't have to go to a funeral. There's a third option. And for those 2 weeks, it will be let's fill the cinemas with Peaky Blinder fans. Let's fill every single one of them as much as we possibly can.
Now, this film's called The Immortal Man.
The Immortal Man,
and it's set in a bit further on. It's set in 1940, is it?
Yeah, it's a continuation though. I'm not going to give too much away. There's a certain jump. There's a couple of big moments that happen in the movie that are that are very true.
So the Second World War has started.
Yeah, and we're very aware of that. It's a very, emotional subject for a lot of people. And Stephen is fantastic at capturing a lot of the essence of that. But it is how is it? Okay, I'll tell you how it is.
All right.
Okay.
Right, here it is. Before I went on set, I was in the trailer, and I'm getting ready, and they're doing their thing, and Killian came into the trailer, and he just he came in and big hug, and I says, "How is it?" And he would normally reply with, "Yeah, good, great, everything's great," you know. And he said, "It is Peaky Blinders on steroids."
Right.
And I said, "What?" And he went, "It's just big." And I went, okay. Now, he was only working 2 or 3 days before I arrived, and he was saying the stuff we've done already, the stuff we are planning to do, the scenes we're planning to do. And It is. It's
Right, really a
I
spectacle.
don't think it would be, you know, much different because, you know, it's still the same Peaky Blinders and that's what we're trying to capture. But it is different. There's a lot more happening. There's a lot more. It's, you know, at stake. The story is fantastic. The scripts, Steve worked on them very hard. I know he did, and we've got Killian leading the way.
Wow.
You know,
Mr. Killian Murphy.
We're very lucky to have such a person leading the way, which is great. You know, he's a great actor, great friend, but he leads by example. Like when there's no phones on set, there's no phones on set for a reason. There's no distraction. It's straightforward. We're here to work. You know, it's like, you know your lines, be on time, and have an idea.
Well, you'll never work for the whole Noah gang again.
Well, that's the format.
That's your attitude.
That is the format of an actor. People say to me, what is it to be an actor? And it's the same thing. Tom Hanks has said this. Tom Cruise, all these Hollywood stars have said this. And then you break it down, you go to the essence of it. What is it? And it's like, there's convincing and there's not convincing. You know? And realistically, it's my job to make it as convincing as possible. And to play a character like Johnny Dogs for the last 12, 13 years of my life, and to play him alongside Cillian Murphy, one of the best actors of my generation, has been a joy.
How did that come about? Tell us how did you get cast?
I don't know,
initially?
to be honest.
What happened? Was it?
Do you know what? I'm going to tell you. I met Richard Dormer for a glass of shandy. And he was doing Game of Thrones, and he said, if you just... And I was doing a movie called King of the Travellers with John Connors.
Yes, yes.
And I was up and down, and I'm doing that. And he says, are you enjoying it? And I'm like, you know... And I'm having fun with Richard, because, you know, Dormer's class to play around with the characters and all, because he sort of plays along with you.
Yeah.
And I'm going on. He was like, "How's your accent?" I'm going, "Well, I'm not going to give you it now." And he went, "Come on, come here. I want to hear it, you know." And I was like, "Well, it's slightly different, you know. I'm trying to tone in on the traveller side of it, you know. I have a traveller background, and it's important that I don't mess it up, you know. And I think from a family point of view, it's best if you stay in the one tone. That's just because I hear things, you know. Because we're in Belfast, we go up and down all the time, and then when people try and do our accent, they sound like this because they're trying to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you're like, right, okay, that's not how I talk, but dead on.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, when you're doing the likes of these accents, I sort of fell into an accent of don't, you know, just stay here the whole time. You know what I mean? Don't ever come off the same tone. You know, stay on the same line. And he says, right, have a look at. And he wrote down, this is no word of a lie. I don't even know how many, there's not many people in the world know this, so this is me being honest with you.
Yeah.
He wrote down Gypsy Guy, Peaky Blinders, and folded up this piece of paper. And he said, these guys in Shaheen Beg are looking for a gypsy. You're playing a traveller.
Yeah.
Stroke gypsy. I says, well, there's a difference. And we'll get into that if you want, but there is a massive difference.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, but you know, you should ring these guys. You should do this. It's only for a day. I'm too busy.
Right.
And I said, right, okay. So I went home and I left a piece of paper on the counter, and I am broke. I have no work. I have no job. I'm working in a call centre. And I'm
we still owe you that fee for the
and you
thing
still owe me
did
at
for us.
30 quid on that lie to you about that. And then I'm going to hit you fat later. And I thought, you know what? And I phoned my agent and says, listen, you've got to chase this, get me in. He then said, they've already got someone in mind. I then think, okay, that has to be Richard, because he's the one who told me about it.
Yeah.
I said, well, just ask them if the other person's not available. Will they see me?
Yeah.
And they says, well, look, I've got the sides, you can read them, and that's it, you know. I'd no money for a flight, I'd no money for nothing.
Right.
And I sent a video. Another friend of mine, Lola Ratty, helped me at the back
Okay.
while his mum's tapping the window, God rest her, saying, hurry up because dinner's ready. And I went over to her flower pot and covered myself in muck. Took all my t-shirt off, done this video for pure raw, and sent it. And I got a call about 20 minutes later to say, book the next flight and we'll cover it.
Right.
And the director's Otto Bathurst, and he cast me in that part. And it was only for a day. That's all it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Still have the contract. It's a big deal to me. And it's a big deal for people to know that, because there's no such thing as a small part in our industry. You know, there's no such... You'll have maybe get paid less than someone some stage, because that's the normality of life. You'll maybe work less hours than someone else or have less scenes, but there's no small part to deliver. And I went into Peaky Blinders with that in mind to go, I know it's only a day, but it's going to be class. And I knew Killian from the National Theatre, and I'd seen him a few times, and I'd sort of had a bit of a bond there, and it was cool. But, you know, then I went on set, and then I delivered the performance that I enjoyed so much that they decided to bring me back.
Brilliant.
And season after season, Stephen kept reaching out to say, I'm going to, would you be available? Look, the difference we have here is that we're not part of a union. Like Stephen said this many times, we're not part of a union where you can go, right, well, I'm going to give you a 3-year retainer, which gives the freedom for the writer to go, I can now write freely. And if I write one scene for you or 30 scenes, it just comes to my imagination. I don't have to worry about your availability. This guy's worrying about availability. He's worrying about the actors he's writing for. If you think for 1 second, when he's writing episodes 4 of Peaky Blinders, that he's not worried that Tom may or may not be available because Tom Hardy has other projects everywhere, or the fact that Adrian Brody might only have X, Y, and Z available. And
we have that problem with Tim McGarry.
You must have it. You must have it. You must have it. I mean, he's probably working with them now, to be honest with you.
I know. I get him. That's it.
Quickly how tables turn, you know what I mean?
That was the thing about it. It wasn't intended to be a regular character, but they were so enamoured of it. I mean, particularly the writer, Steve Knight, was so enamoured of it and so enamoured of your performance that he wanted you back.
Look, they let me do what I do. They let me have fun. They let me be me. They love the rawness. They love the energy. They also love the fact that when I was asked to do something, I did it to the 100% the best of my ability.
And you knew your lines.
And I knew my lines. But then it was a matter of trying to create a character that would sort of be there. So it was important for me to create a backstory with Killian very quickly before we started doing anything. So I'd said, like, okay, let's get this very quickly. The first lines you say to me is a war shy gypsy bastard. Clearly you know me before war. That's why I haven't went. Let's play on that. What age? Maybe 8, 9? And he just went, yeah, it sounds good to me. I went, right, okay. We know each other for a very, very long time.
Right.
Let's play with that. Let's just keep that in the back. You will always speak to someone slightly different if you know them a very long time. And like, I know you a very long time, lads, so I'm going to speak to you a hell of a lot different than I'll speak to some other people doing podcasts, because these guys don't know me or didn't see me in the back of a bus dressed as Elvis or playing Tonto the Joyrider. You know, and these things happen. So I knew to build that friendship with him if we could on screen as much as possible, and he allowed me to do that, which was great. And then we just went with it, and then I had to have the accent, and Otto didn't want the accent to be dead toned and down here the whole time. He wanted characteristics, he wanted colour. He kept saying, I want it to come up and down in different ways that wouldn't be normal. I want your first words to be so long and beautiful, you know? And my first lines are, Tommy, how the hell are you?
Right.
You know? And there you are. And I stood in the middle of camp going, that's the best lines you've ever given. I give Tommy about 9 M's and 4 Y's, you know. Tommy, how the hell are you? And I went up and down and up and tell him, are you doing it like that?
Brilliant.
And I went, I am. I'm doing it exactly like that. You know what I mean? He went, great, let's go. Get in the car, and they went. And
brilliant.
Absolute joy. But then, the freedom of these guys were great, because if you were busy doing something else, they sort of hung around and made sure that they would do something to keep you available. And
the series is phenomenal, though. I mean, no one thought that, like, all these things, like, I mean, you don't see it coming, but I mean, huge fan base, like, and 5 series later, and then the movie, like, I mean, it was hugely successful.
I think this is the magic of writing, and you guys probably know this as well, is that to write something is one thing. To create the world is something else. Game of Thrones, you have to create a world you believe. Blue Lights, you know, we know the world. But they Declan and the guys they had to create a whole new world that we believe in, relate to, and now we buy into. Now we enjoy the series. Shameless, the exact same thing. Channel 4. Brassic, you create the world.
Yeah.
No matter how frantic it is, it's there. Look, I've just finished. I don't want to speak too soon, like, but this. I mean, I've just done a new series called Tall Tales and Murders. Mm-hmm. If there was ever a time for you to put a seatbelt on your couch, now's the time. It's time to strap in. This is so the writer of Love Hate, Stuart Carlin, who is absolutely incredible. You know Love Hate, Like, well, it is nothing like that, right? It is nothing like that, right?
Thanks for that.
So let me just say that very clearly.
Thanks, Greg.
It's completely unbelievable. There's very few books, scripts, opportunities you get as an actor where you don't just look for your part.
Yeah.
What is the part? Johnny Dogs, right? Well, where is he? Oh, he's there. Right, one scene, two scenes. I haven't read the story. You know nothing about it. You're just looking for what you're to do.
Yeah.
So step out of that when you're finished, hit yourself a slap in the face, and read the script, because you need to know the story and the world that you're in to play the character. The hardest thing that we're getting as actors at the minute is all these NDAs where we're not allowed to see the script. We're being sent two scenes from America, and they're saying, okay, deliver this. And you're going, okay, I can deliver this, no problem. But as what? Like, where's the world?
So you have no context?
You have no context. You don't know what you're doing. Who am I? I'll create something. What do you mean? Like, what? I can't create Johnny Dogs in the middle of Blue Lights. That's going to be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I read that January Jones, who played Tom Draper's wife in Mad Men, pretty, a
great character,
pretty good, well-established actress.
Yeah,
she's refusing to do them now. Yeah, because she says, "What's the point?"
No,
where's
the content? Tell me something that I need to know. Just give me a breakdown. At least give me some breakdown on who I'm playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and then
and that's really common now. People are getting like just saying,
because then we'll just say no. You say no. You say no because there's a big possibility of embarrassing yourself here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're playing.
And I don't know what I'm doing. So it's very, very important for me to say no right now, and then they'll ask why, and then I'll say, because I don't know what you want me to do. Now, if you want me to play Packy Lee, and then that's just playing me as a normal me, then dead on. Yeah. Now, the truth of every actor that you play is you. That's why there's so many in the world that do it so well. Mm-hmm. But there's also an aspect of, like, being an actor. I tell stories. I want to tell a story from the person's point of view. Mm-hmm. And if I don't know that the guy's wife's just been knocked the fuck down, then how am I meant to deliver what I'm delivering here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What are we doing? You know?
Yeah.
Send you 2 lines from Dune, you're going, lads, come on here. You know, come on. And then but it's this, and this, and it's Dune. You go, okay, then
it's Dune.
Okay, shake it out, lads. What am I talking about? You know? I mean, look, listen, and The Witcher was the same. I knew nothing about The Witcher. Sophie Holland, amazing casting actor, brings me in the room and goes, I can't tell you.
Right.
You know, like, I can't tell you what I'm doing, and I can't tell you why you're here. But will you be all right getting on a plane shortly? And I went, we're to. And she went, well, I can't tell you. And I went, well, okay. Would you be all right shaving your head to 0? And I went, what for? I can't tell you. And the answer every time is yes. Yes, I am all right with that.
You're an actor,
yes,
you're going to say yes.
Of course, I'm an actor. I'm out of work. I would do anything for the job at the minute. And then you find yourself on set with Henry Cavill, and you're doing The Witcher, and they're training you up as a stuntman to play this character, and I had to fight to keep my Belfast accent, and Henry Cavill amazingly just walks in and goes, he keeps it, it's better. Yeah. You know, don't let him go Polish. We don't want Packy to be Polish. Let Packy be Packy.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to cut his head off. Yeah. Like, yes, you are, mate. Yes, you are.
Enjoy it.
You know?
It is. I mean, like a show like the success of Peaky Blinders, a lot of the times they come from, as you say, from the writer's own experience, because the Peaky Blinders were real. There was a real, obviously, it's exaggerated for the screen and all of that. But I think I'd read it. It came out of stories that Steve Knight said his granny used to tell him.
His granda, I think, and granny, they were in the bar, and he heard stories from the table.
Yeah.
And he explains it brilliantly, and explains it great to me. He says it's like everything is bigger when you're much smaller.
Yeah.
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 So it might look like an exaggeration,
Right.
but to him at 8 years of age, it
That's what it
certainly
was.
was an exaggeration.
Yes.
Right, okay.
You know, and you have to remember about those things. There was a certain moment that you looked up and you pulled your granddad's coat or your dad's coat, and he says, "Can I have a drink, please?" You know, because you're that size, you're so, and people are giants around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you do,
especially
yeah.
then in them days, because everyone was quite. I mean, even 20, 30 years ago, you know, everyone was in the same type of jackets, suits, and then you jumped in, and then all of a
true.
sudden you've got these tracksuits coming out. Now everyone's in gym gear. You don't know if they're going to Asda or Tesco's or where the fuck people's going, but they're in gym gear.
Oh, hang
You know
on,
what I
and
mean?
in
And I'm
Peaky
like, you know
Blinders
what I mean?
hats.
And
A lot of
Peaky
Peaky Blinders hats around, excuse me.
Yes, there is indeed. I can see them. They're going to come out again, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have imagined. I'm sure I do imagine it, but I somehow convinced myself that Cillian Murphy's flat cap was getting bigger every series. But maybe that was just me. Maybe it was just me remembering the goodies and Eggy Thump and all that.
No, his flat cap get locked in a safe
Oh, right.
every night because there was too many people around with opportunities that, would have took stuff. Look, I don't know where we were. Me and him had to go to Wales one time. We've been to Wales a few times now, the more I think about it. But it's the last minute thing. We're like, we're going to Wales, and I'm like, right, okay. And it's like, we've got this tree. I'm like, right, okay.
Right.
And they're like, and we need to travel 4 hours to get the film at the tree, but because of the travel time, we've only got so long to shoot. And, you know, and we arrived, and I was like, great, happy days. And what's for lunch? He went, well, don't worry, I'm sure they'll get us something special for lunch. We've just travelled 4 miles, you know,
Yeah.
or 4 hours in a car, Packy will, you know. And I was like, great. And I seen his face drop when he opened the container, and it was a baked potato wrapped in tinfoil that's been in the boot of the car for the last 4 hours.
Yeah, well done. Mate.
And I says, Kel, what's the crack here? And he went, that's never going to happen again. And it did, and here, it hasn't.
All right, okay. Yeah, is that it? That was
You know
it.
what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
It's
okay.
like right dead on. I laugh all you want, but it hasn't.
Right.
And there's a certain element of going, okay. You gotta love that about people, you know, when they certainly say something and they mean it and deliver, it's brilliant, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'm a believer in that if you're going to say you'll do something,
Yeah.
you do it.
You can't
know.
give Robert Oppenheimer a baked potato for his lunch.
Well, he wasn't Robert Oppenheimer there. You know what I mean? He was more Tommy Shelby season 3. Not sure what we're doing. Hold on, is that Tom Hardy? I just seen Paul up there. Is he in it? You know what I mean? There was so much happening. There were so many cast members from Joe Cole and Paul Anderson, and then Tom Hardy, and then Adrian Brody,
Wow,
and Sam
It's an
Coughlin, and
amazing list, isn't it?
Helen McCoy. Like,
Yes,
you know.
she
I
passed
mean,
away, didn't she?
Yeah, and Benjamin passed away.
Yeah.
So we've lost a lot of people in this show. It's very unusual for an actor of anyone to play someone for so long that's not in a soap opera. And I don't mean that in the bad sense, because the soap operas are very, very hard. These guys and actors are going home every night to learn lines. Every night they're learning new scenes. But I don't know what's harder. I don't know, because you're in and out of something.
Yeah.
Like there was almost like an 18-month, 2-year gap, sometimes between Pickies,
Yeah.
because there's 6 episodes, 6 seasons, but there's 6 episodes in each season, and then we don't do another one for another 18 months
Yeah, yeah.
because the actors that are doing it are so in demand.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm in my 9 to 5 working really hard. Then you know, you're waiting on the opportunity for it to go again. But
So, hang on,
Look-
let's go back. How did you start out? I mean, you've got the Peaky Blinders, you've got this massive success, but how did you actually start out in theatre and
in the
drama?
industry, youth club, Matt Talbot was very good to me. I went there, did a bit of drama on stage with Angela, Heaney and the guys. We then got a bus over to the Lyric, all of us, to do auditions for Oliver. I got a recall. I was asked to go. I went. I did it. I loved it.
What would you play?
I played Charlie Bates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was brilliant. I was also like an understudy for the Dodgers. Never got the chance to play it. Maybe that's a good thing because it kept me alive and driving towards more. No, but brilliant because I mean, jump forward then to the West End when I'm in Shoot the Crow in London. There was like 20 to 30 people come up to me who were cast members of Oliver in the Lyric, living now in London, working as solicitors, lawyers, hairstylists. You know, they've their own businesses. They're doing, and actors. They're still doing it, and you're going, wow, you know. So there's always a connection there when you come to them things. But listen, I always knew what I wanted to do from a very young age.
You always wanted to act? That was always the thing.
At a very young age, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew when I watched TV that I didn't just watch TV to watch it. I watched it to want to do it. I wanted to get involved. Yeah. You know, like the A-Team.
One of your highlights, of course, was when you worked for us. You played Tonto the Joyrider. But I remember casting that, and in those days, you actually had physical photographs.
Yeah.
And you would look at the photographs, and everyone had their photographs, and they were all their best, pose. But your photograph, you're shouting and you're going.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, get him."
Yeah. Man. Look, listen. I loved it. I don't do many of these podcasts, but the reason I'm here is to say thank you, because without the likes of those jobs, a lot of actors, including myself, wouldn't have the opportunity to show what we can do, but also enjoy and know that we enjoy doing what we do. You know, to stand in a car park with a screwdriver amongst cars and realise that you're not a joyrider, but you're getting paid to be one. Yeah. And you have Olivia Nash and you know, the royalty of television for us, and you know, another proud moment. I'm not going to lie, it was a moment where I realised I want to do this, you know. Now, I was hoping you would bring me back. I kept asking what's happening.
We couldn't afford you, Packy.
And then they were like, nah, you're not coming back again.
No, we're doing a stage show if you want to join us.
Tonto's back again. I'm only out after doing 30 years for Stephen Mann's car.
I wouldn't rule out coming back, Packy.
No, I wouldn't rule it out either, Damon, to be honest with you. That's, you know, tables turn all the time. I'd be delighted to join her.
I see that Steve Knight is down to do a Bond film. Is that right? He's going to be writing a Bond film.
He is, and I'm on strict orders that I'm not allowed to talk about certain projects.
Right.
Oh, right, okay.
So just because there's so much going on with it that nobody outside of his black room knows anything.
Right.
So for us to talk about it would be just guessing.
Yeah.
But you know, he's House of Guinness. You know, unbelievable in my eyes. And then you've got This Town. I love This Town again. And these are not just, these are worlds he's creating. You know, SAS Rogues, another world he created again. Yeah. If there's anyone to be trusted to deliver a James Bond movie with, you know, the utmost respect of the franchise, then it's going to be him. I can't really say anything else other than that.
That's all right, don't worry.
Moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly along, because, you know, there's a
we knew Steve Knight from way back, actually, funny enough, because he used to work
back
with
in the
Silver.
90s. Yeah.
I know, because I had spoke to him loads about the guys, especially lots of the guys in the BBC North that he had knew about. And what's the other guys? There was a couple of guys I recently had mentioned my name to the guys in RTE who are doing the Tall Tales thing. Yeah. And that's how my name got brought into the room with Morning News, and that's how I've just finished this new thing. So,
so they're really about that. That's a bit of a preview about this, which was really, really good.
Listen, this is a great new TV series that's coming out, I believe, around September. I'm very excited. Again, before Picky's came out, I said, listen, and I said to a few friends, and they'll probably hear this and they'll know who they are. I said, this is going to be amazing. What do you mean? I'm not saying anything else. I've just got a feeling like I think I've been in something real. I said to my wife, I said I think I've been in something. I think I've just done something really special.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she's like, right, and I'm like, and I think this is going to be really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And she's brilliant. Can you change the change nappy? And can you take out the rubbish? You know, and let me, you know, and that's
Great for you, like,
let me
yeah.
know if it is. Well done, you. I'm stuck here with kids. And I'm like, no, I think it is, and it was brilliant. It was exciting at the time it came out, and I said the same when I did Blue Lights. I said the same to my wife. I think this. I know what you're thinking, because a lot of people think, and this is no disrespect to anything. Yous have went so long in the industry because yous have a certain way of Give My Headpiece, cast, crew, and the whole entire show and family of that world that we buy into, that it's so ridiculous. It's also on the verge of reality, eh?
Yeah.
But ridiculously reality. That we buy into it and then we love it and then we enjoy it because we laugh at ourselves. It's one thing we're good at, is laughing at ourselves. And I think that was the point of going, right, well, what is Blue Lights? And I went, well, it's not what you think it is. And it's not a normal cop show. And it's not Line of Duty. Mm-hmm. I think this may be good, you know.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is. Absolutely. And there's those worlds that I just... And,
Yeah,
and I enjoy...
You're right, it is a world. Yeah.
I enjoy getting involved in them worlds. And I
Yeah.
think Tall Tales and Murders
Yeah.
is another new world.
Yeah.
And I was given the opportunity to play this wonderful character. I mean, it's not often after 14 hours of filming that you go back to the trailer, take off your costume and go, for God's sake, I can't believe I have to wait another 8 hours to come back here. I'm ready to go again.
Right,
you know,
okay.
now the crew are exhausted, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's because you're so embroiled in the character and you're so involved in it. And I love playing the truth of these characters and trying to find out where their weak points are, their strengths are. And you try and find out a bit about yourself when it comes to all that. But, yeah.
I never talk about trailers, like, because, you know, we've
Yeah.
always had lots of trailers on our sheets.
Yeah. My trailer we used was great. What was it? A bus?
That's the bus, yeah.
Yes. And who looked after me? I tell you who looked after me. Christine looked after us.
Christine.
Now,
Lampard.
high class is that? And you know, I tell with Christine all the time. And
Right.
like, high class is it, you know?
I know.
Like, we just wanted to do well. Everyone around us, we had a good hit, you know, nice family where it was tight, and people around us are, you know, who always looked after us, mentored us.
Yeah.
Were always quite great. Like, I mean, I'm still very close to my friends for a very long time. I think the core of your friends is special, because no matter what job I go to do or they go to do, we'll speak to each other the exact same way. Like, I don't care what you say, I don't care what you were paid. Get the pension, you're around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't care, it's you're around.
And it's true of Christine, because Christine's still the same.
She's
We didn't know what was in store,
No.
what was in the future for her, but she's still the same.
brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and she's great crack and a great,
Yeah.
great
Yeah,
at
she
doing
is a good laugh,
representing,
actually.
and
She's a
great
really
at
good
digging
laugh.
in, but also with a bit of joy. You know, somebody you enjoy being interviewed by, and it's very.
I know it's funny because you know, people who go, is that a fake thing, that laugh? But that she
No,
is infectious.
it's
She's constant sense of
hilarious.
humor. She's like,
Hilarious.
she's always
like,
laughing.
For no ways, like she'd been laughing in the back of behind the car when I'm trying to mess around with Olivia, trying to steal a car, and all. I heard her laughing, going,
That's it.
like, is she serious or what? You know what I mean? And bubbly and energy,
Yeah.
and then things are great because then when you see it moving forward and the work going on, like I'm saying to you there, you know, I'm great friends with like Keir Nolan and Jared Quinn, and we all try and stick to each other and work and support each other and what we're trying to achieve. But we'll never give up the dream. Like, it's important that, you know, what we're doing is a dream of what we had. We wanted to be actors. You know, they come from West Belfast 20 years ago and want to become an actor, compared to coming from West Belfast now and want to become an actor is a completely different.
Of course it is.
A completely different road. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and like, you have to look at the lads like from Kneecap. Like, these lads have went and created a completely new world, an all new genre. It's in music. It's also about our culture. It's also about, you know, the fight for survival. And they're brilliant at what they do and how they do it. And they have opened up the door for the next 20. What's in 10, 15 years, what's it like for people who want to become musicians or singers or rappers or artists? It's just growing and growing. I think also Ireland in general. Like, I mean, we are some of the like, we have some of the best, but we are some of the best. I mean, I'm very proud of my own work I do. But when you look at the likes of Paul Maskell, Killian, Jesse, winning her Golden Globe, now going pushing for an Oscar. We have very good talent.
Need to watch out. Trump might want to get us. Trump might be after us, I think.
He'll just call us American. He's saying yes. I think they're half American. That means we're not allowed back in.
Just don't tell him.
Plan on taking the kids to Disneyland again. Like, we're not allowed.
Just don't tell him we're called the Emerald Egg.
I know. Yeah, follow the Yellow Brick Road. Right. Okay. Perfect. But no. Look, listen, great. And I'm very proud of my work, but I'm also very aware that it's I'm a very normal person in a very unique job. At times, that's all it is as an actor.
Yeah, you're a very hard-working person, though.
Yeah,
because I mean, you do other businesses as well as acting. I mean, you're always busy.
I am. Yep. I have a good team behind me. There's around about 10 or 11 of us. We run a merchant services system set up for local businesses and everywhere else and abroad. We're actually just in the middle of trying to sort stuff in Spain. And I enjoy that because that's a job. I get up in the morning.
You get up in the morning and you're always doing something. And
I get up and go to work. I do my school runs like every other person does when I'm here. If I'm not here, then unfortunately the wife's to do that. It's great that the daughter's actually driving now, so it takes a bit of pressure off us, which is great. And we've just moved house, and we're enjoying the fruits of the labour, as they say.
Yeah.
But
it's not as if I can say to you, Packy, if you weren't an actor, what else would you be? Because you've been lots of things.
Yeah, look, listen, I love chefing. I was a chef for years. I started washing dishes when I was 12. I've met great friends and family along the way there. That's where I met my wife in the restaurant. And then I've worked in a call centre for years. And then I met this wonderful woman called Jean Heenan. And she's from the West. She's a St. John's lady, and great family. And she says, listen, you need to do this. You have too much energy to not do this. So do this. And it mightn't work for you at the start, but it's going to work if you continue to bring that energy. It will not fail. I was like, okay, I really need a job where I could get paid. And she went, well, pay yourself and get on with it. And it took her 6 months to convince me. Mm-hmm. And this woman, along with the likes of Steve Cummings and the guys at Dojo, have changed my life. I mean, it's great to talk about Peaky Blinders, and it's great because people know about it, Mm-hmm. It's what the failures people don't know about. People don't know about how many no's I've had. People don't know about the fact that I went the whole way to America, put all my life savings of everything I have in to fly to America, to audition for The Departed, to be told I'm not getting the job.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking,
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that thing gets me about it. I mean, that
How
serious
do you
actors,
keep
the rejection,
going?
yeah.
And I don't know how I keep going. People ask me all the time. My daughter's asking me. She's in the industry now. She's up for a couple of jobs. Just how do we know one or two of them? And she's like, okay, then on. I'm like, but how do you, after 100 no's?
Yeah.
How do you go to 101?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I went, well, you don't count them.
Right.
That's the number one. What you don't do, you don't count the no's.
But it's not even now that you get you don't even. I mean, it used to be when we were involved. I mean, people would be brought to audition. That doesn't even happen now as much.
No.
I mean, it's like send me a video and you never hear anything back.
I'm good in the room. I'm not good in the self tape.
Right.
I'm good at knowing the room. I'll read the room. I'll read the room quite well. I'll know who's in the room. Mm-hmm. I like people. I'll talk to people. Mm-hmm. I'll get a sense of it, and I'll deliver what I can.
But it's getting in the room.
But when I'm sticking on dinner and I'm trying to do this, and I've been sent that one page, just that one page that I know nothing about, and I don't even know what I'm doing, it's very hard for me to say, listen, everyone stop what you're doing. I have a line to deliver here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just hard. And life gets in the way of that,
Yeah.
Whereas again, back to this, if they say to you, look, listen, you've got 4 days, here's the backstory, here's what we want you to do, then great. And actors, the people need to know, they're looking at me and going, he's in Peaky Blinders, he's flying, he's made it. People don't understand. I audition like you do. I go to the rooms like you do.
Yeah.
I do exactly what I can't get in the room. Like you can't. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm no special person. I'm doing that. It's just you see the good stuff. There's 100 jobs that other actors out there that have done between the start of Peaky Blinders and now, and that's in the last 10 or 15 years of my life, and we haven't seen them. And the reason we haven't seen them is because they haven't been promoted right, or they haven't been done this. I've just been lucky that there's a certain, job that's went very well for everybody, including the likes of Killian, including Steve Knight, including all the actors throughout it, because everyone knows that. But the success of that is the reason why they go again.
Yeah.
And in our job, you have to dig through so much dirt to get the diamonds. And in my own job, I had to dig through so much dirt to get the diamonds. I'm in sales. It's the two hardest jobs out there for failure.
Yeah.
Is sales and an actor. The reason being is because no matter how good you are, you're going to get more no's than yeses. It's what you do with your yeses that matter.
Yeah.
And I try and explain that to my wee team sometimes, and I get a bad day like everybody else gets a bad day. How wouldn't I? Know what I mean? I've just got a flat tire as well, know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to do about it? Life's coming at you at all different angles.
Yeah.
But you're not a doctor. You're not saving lives. There's a certain aspect where you've got to step back, look at a bigger picture and say to yourself, okay, breathe. Now, I'm saying that to you because my wife says it to me all the time, and tries to get me to calm down, because sometimes it's the smallest thing. Like, I'll probably crack over spilt milk. Then there's no point in crying over spilt milk.
I mean, it's like the guy, Paul Evans, who's our kind of radio producer and ex-made guy on the BBC, and he always used to say, nobody's died. It's television, nobody's dead.
Exactly.
At the end of it all,
Exactly. It's a comedy show we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't work.
I know, but I know it's a serious scene we're doing.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Snap out of it. We're about to have lunch because you're all right, aren't you? All right. That's good. Yes, dead on. Look, and then we deal with stuff in real life. Like we lost Helen doing Peaky Blinders, and it was a big part of our life on that show, and still is to this day.
Yeah.
And that's special, because she was a special woman, and we never forget those things because that's important. But the one thing she always said was, if you, and it's the same as my granda, because it was brilliant. She had quoted what my granda quoted me, and I went, what's happening? And it was like, if you enjoy your job so much, you'll never work a day in your life. Like, all you have to do is just enjoy what you're doing.
That's true.
And you will never work.
Sums our life up, doesn't it, Michael?
Well, at times.
I know, but then, we have to understand, I'm driving down the road at, 4 o'clock in the morning after doing night shoots, and there's these guys out on the motorway, and they're out replacing the cat's eyes and repainting the markings on
That's what I say. There's people my age digging up roads 4 o'clock in the morning.
These guys need that, like bin men. Like my bin men alone come out doing all the bin. Like, these things are matter. Them jobs matter to people, and them and they matter to me and that society, because we'll not go around them. And also, it's important as an actor that I don't do. Oh, I'm an actor. You're an actor. That's dead on. I'm a mechanic. He's a plumber. He's a tailor. At what stage you not going to need one of these?
Yeah,
right.
true.
Okay.
How have you've been moving in the big circles? So you've met quite a few of the, I suppose, for want of a better word, the A-listers or whatever. But how do you find, generally speaking, actors at that level? Are they the ones who have the "I'm an actor" attitude, or are most of them pretty much all right?
Look, listen, I've been very lucky to be around some of the best, and I'm very close to the likes of Virgil van Dijk. He's a fantastic footballer for Liverpool, and he's the captain, and to share some quality time with him, and the wife and the kids and family is great, and how he is with my kids is great. But I think it's important that you're just yourself, and they'll be themselves. Our society of acting needs divas.
Yes.
Don't ask me why. I'm not one.
Right.
But we sort of need them. And there's a realization once you're in the middle of doing something of why we need divas still. And sometimes a diva gets the job done.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And you'll not give a baked potato to a diva.
no, you'll not give a big potato to a diva because the diva will hit your bed. But you know what I mean? You know, whereas there's the society creating divas is slightly different. You know, there's a diva that knows when they're being a diva, and then there's the diva who's doing their job, and that's why they're here because they're fantastic at what they're doing. And then there's people who are just wanting to be divas. And they've no interest in the project we're doing or what we're doing or the idea we're doing. They just want to be a diva.
Yeah.
And what's been great about my work personally, and I mean this, like, is I've been very lucky not to work with many divas. Like, everyone's very aware of what they're doing. Like, everyone's aware of the level of their work and what they're doing. And they're actors or, you know, they're musicians and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm not going to stand here and say, Jesus Christ, tonight. It's not insane that 1 minute I am standing presenting the Gold Cup at Cheltenham, you know, and the next minute I'm on a plane standing on stage with Noel Gallagher in Dublin. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden I'm back putting the bins out the Monday morning. Can you see what I'm saying to you? It's like,
Yes.
it happens and it's fine and it's cool, but it's also very important for me personally that my feet are firmly on the ground. And I'm just a normal guy, like I said, that is sometimes in a unique position, which is just because of where my job brings me.
Yeah.
But that's all it is, you know what I mean?
And what do you think about this AI created actors that they're working on? AI created stars. Do you think that's going to threaten the job security even more?
I don't know. Look, I've got two arguments to it. Number one, okay. Imagine they were better. I mean, we're all fucked. I mean, imagine they're better at your job than you are. You know, imagine they're going to be better than me. I mean, you know, they can cry instantly on set. You know, there is no lunch break. Don't have to worry about these fuckers staying in a hotel and getting picked up. Who's your driver? What's your rider?
Your baked potato.
None of them baked potatoes are coming anywhere near me. You've been created by a keypad, and then it's up to us to believe it at home. I don't think we have anything to worry about. I think if we use these tools the right way to help us and to enhance our jobs, our careers, and what we're doing, then brilliant. But if this technology is going to come to replace human existence, then it's came to the wrong place. You know what I mean? It's came to the wrong place because it's not going to happen. It's just a couple of telephone posts are getting knocked down in a couple of weeks, aren't they?
Yeah.
Something's happening. I mean, what do you mean? I don't know what you want me to say about that because, you know.
Well, I think like Elon Musk says, there isn't going to be any jobs eventually.
Well, the problem that you're having is that if I wanted to write a very sophisticated, well-established written letter to you, I'm from West Belfast. I went to CBS in Corpus. There's a certain level that I'll know. Through travelling the world, I'll also have my own wee bits. But there's someone who's from Cambridge or wherever. And if I ask them to do the letter, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than my letter because there's words in there that even you don't understand. You understand what I'm saying to you? Right, great. Now, we don't need the guy from Cambridge no more. We can just throw it in the idea of what we want written, and this thing will generate you a Cambridge written letter. So at what stage do we stop teaching the kids? Teaching's no longer going to become about text. A lot of what school's missing, whether you like it or not, is life. There's not enough trips, not enough field trips, not enough outgoings. There's just not enough. It's all... There just isn't. From COVID, a lot of it's been taken away. But you don't learn certain things. Learning how to drive, for example. You only learn what you need to learn so that the guy marking the test pass you. Now, once you pass, like my daughter did, now the real work starts.
That's for the real driving,
Here we go now, you're learning. Now that's why there's an L plate. You're just about to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know, but the guy on the test said if I do that, I fail. I know, but the guy on the test is wrong, and I couldn't tell you that at the start. But this is what's annoying me about
I
the
got
word.
the test years ago, and he would never.
I would never in that car with him ever. Ever. Well, yeah, I'd drive him round like, but.
Aye, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't get in the car with Damon either, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I'd be slightly worse than Tonto the Joyrider.
I've seen him a few times pulling out of the BBC going, you can't reverse it, goddammit, you just can't.
It's useless.
But look, listen to me. So I don't know about AI. I don't know what way that's going to go. All I can say is
is there fear in the industry like that is going to?
no, there's no
Nobody's
fear
worried.
in the industry. We don't need to plant them seeds either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're insecure enough.
You know, yes, it's great, it's brilliant, but you know, every single one of these things are a button away from Mickey just turn the button off the back of the generator.
That's true.
Bang, AI's gone. Back over to you, George. You know what I mean? What happened? We lost complete power. There's no AI for that, is there? So I don't know. I don't think we care about it. If we use it to enhance some of the stuff we're doing behind the scenes, then great. You know what I mean? I've just been involved in some of the brilliant AI sort of studio generated stuff recently in another project that I really can't speak about, but it's brilliant and it's used in the right way, and you're going, that's AI. That's brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that saves us having to go the whole way across town again to do this, and this. They've just generated it.
Yeah. Well, Packy, this has been brilliant.
Brilliant.
I can't believe we've come to the end of it. One short announcement at the end of it. I didn't say so at the start, so I'll say now. There are still tickets available
bit late.
for the Give My Head Peace tour, which kicks off the end of February. We finished in the Opera House in March. There are still tickets available. They're selling fast. You can still get them if you hurry. This has been great. I know you didn't want to talk about Bond and all, but I did want to say that if a Bond film is made, I think you'd make a brilliant Bond villain.
The only part I would be
Yes.
established for
Yes.
would be somewhere along the lines of the villain.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Yeah. There'll be
Yes.
nobody dying. I haven't gone away, you know.
Something like that.
Something
It's
along
been a
them
pleasure.
lines,
You must come back. We didn't get talking about half of what we wanted to talk about, so you must come back and talk to us again.
I'll come back and speak to you once the movies aired out and we'll come close to Tall Tales coming out.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
definitely
Yes,
get
it's Tall
it back
Tales
speak to us.
also, but I think the movie is coming out 2 weeks release and then on Netflix in
Yeah.
March, is it?
Yes, we're out on the 6th of March in cinemas, and then we go out on Netflix 2 weeks later. I think it's the 21st of March, yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Worldwide, which is
Yep.
great. What about that?
Wow.
Worldwide, lads.
Wow.
That's it.
It's been a pleasure.
Great. And the pleasure's mine. Thanks, lads. Thanks very much for
Thank
having
you.
me. Cheers.